Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start today's video, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope your day is going way better than fantastic. And your journey to self-betterment is going way better than fantastic as well. Today I wanted to talk about something very important. And it's basically a continuation of my last video. And if you haven't had a chance to watch, please do. Please do. Because it's a very important topic. And it's regarding isolating after narcissistic abuse and after while you have no idea why you are isolating anymore. To where it's automatic almost. To where your life and all of your talents just wither away. And as I mentioned in my last video, I recently lost a close friend to this. They isolated themselves so much to where their self-care suffered greatly. And as a result their health started to suffer. And one day they just didn't wake up because their body could no longer function because of the lack of self-care. Lack of eating. Either no sleep or too much sleep. And basically the lack of motivation to put one foot in front of the other. But there was something else about this person. A side that wanted to have a better life and wanted to laugh and enjoy themselves, but they just didn't know how to because they had self-isolated for so long. Now on this video, there are some wonderful and very sad comments. I haven't commented on any of them as of yet because there is so much there. This appears to be a big pain point where many out there suffer from. And this goes back to what I was saying. This is the end goal the narcissist has for you and your life. Even if they are no longer around you. If they can plant this evil toxic seed in your life, to where you can't have a life, then they have done their job. And it's truly the job of Satan if you think about it. Preventing someone with love in their heart to share that love with others. To lose the ability to let your God-given talents shine. And for you to live in misery and pain and loneliness. You see, there are many things being normalized. From the price increase of goods and services, to the changing toxic nature of how relationships are run. We often hear, well, this is the way it is now. Sounds very similar to the same kind of way many of your narcissist parent or parents spoke to us. No reasoning. No real answers or looking for a better solution. But this is how it is. But in this is how it is. We have a large and ever-growing population of people that are disconnected and lonely. People are acting like it's just a matter of fact and normal. If you don't have large sums of money, then you should completely understand why others don't want to be around you. And again, this is all being normalized right in front of our eyes. But here's the thing. It doesn't have to be that way. There are you content creators right here that have great wives. Or girlfriends. And husbands or boyfriends. And this is important because even if you find a good friend in your life, if you don't have a true partner, and I know some people are different, but I'm just speaking about the majority. If one doesn't end up with someone personal that they have and that loves them back, life can be hard. But that is what the enemy or narcissists or Satan wants for you and your life, right? They want you to suffer. And this is where I say, if you are afraid, you have every reason to be afraid. I and a great many of us went through an awful lot in our lives. We were used upside one way and down the other. And after reading the many comments, I can see many of you have been stuck in this situation for a long time. And again, is the fear warranted? You bet it is. However, do not let your fear rule you. And what I mean by that is you do have to be extra careful. There is no doubt about that. If someone says just go out there and throw caution to the wind, they have no idea what they are talking about. If you have no family and no support system, you are likely self-isolating because you are just trying to protect the little bit of a life that you have. And I don't mean to say little bit of a life to sound like a negative. Because your life is more important than you likely know right now. But I think you get my drift. You are being careful for real deal reasons here. And if you do step out of your comfort zone a little bit to do some positive things in your life, just be aware. Understand what is happening to you and around you. And don't be so forthcoming with your personal information. As I've mentioned Ollie before. He once said when he's in a room or around people he doesn't know so well, he doesn't speak a lot. He takes his time. You see, if a narcissist is motivated to keep their mask on a bit longer, they can possibly do so. However, usually within 6 months or so you might start to see the cracks and mask slip. And if you have been careful during this time, you have a lot less to lose and you will likely have an easier time at getting away. Plus you are honoring not only yourself but any relationship you might have. Because any real close relationship takes time. They aren't fast and quick. Like what happened when most of us met our narcissist ex, someone real will possibly take their time. They are careful with us, as we are careful with them. And even then there are no guarantees. This is why you should always have an escape plan. Here's the thing. Sometimes decent people can do bad things. I will say it again. Sometimes decent people can do bad things. Sometimes Satan whispers in their ear and gets them to believe doing this wicked and evil act that might hurt you is the right thing to do. This is why we are careful. Again, your fear is real and justified. But don't let it rule your life. Don't let it steal your joy away. The joy the Heavenly Father gave for you to enjoy. What I want you to do is think about how badly this world has been flipped upside down. Where is now called good and good is now called evil. You continue to try to live in the way that you know is good. Yes. Be careful. But if you feel like you're hurting inside because you're lonely, ask yourself, what activity do you want to do or have you thought about doing? And if you can make it happen, make it happen. Maybe the people at this activity will just be friendly people at that activity and nothing more. But your ability to get out and about might lead you in a path to doing other things where you can possibly meet someone that you can share your time with. Look. We all have choices to make. But most, not all, but most don't like to be stuck in this state of isolation. Most people do not like it at all. Much like my friend, they lost sight of their life. So much so they were no longer caring for themselves or their health. They just didn't know how to get out of that state they were in. Simply because they had been there for so long. Which is again the goal of Satan and the narcissist for your life. To give up your many blessings and to watch your life just wither away like as if it never happened. And again this is being normalized. Your isolation is being pushed and even celebrated by others. Now though this happens to both men and women, narcissistic abuse survivors exactly the same. Because narcissistic abuse doesn't care who you are or where you are from. However, there was some comments and questions about some men checking completely out of what we call the relationship or dating market. And again, the fears are extremely warranted. They are. But at the same time, do not let those fears rule your life. There are many content producers here that are both men and women. And some of these people have found loving, decent partners. And I know I like to use Ollie as an example. But he's been together with Charlene, his girlfriend, darn near almost as long as his channel has been around. Which is quite a long time. I mentioned how Charlene too grew up with narcissistic abuse. Just as Ollie had. And that Charlene was recently in a bad car accident where she was severely hurt. And I think broke her neck. Where it required surgery. Ollie has to help her with a great many things because she is now unable to do them for herself. This is why these types of relationships are important. And one of the main reasons why God made it so we can have such relationships. Because He knows our life down here won't be easy. And there will be trials and tribulations. But through these hard times, we might have someone that can help us through our toughest of times. Yes. We should pray for God to give us strength and to be there with us and for us. But God also knows comfort from another person that loves us might help us get from one day to the next. Because just like Satan carries lies through his narcissists, God our Heavenly Father quite possibly and likely can share His love and comfort through another person towards us too. There is nothing more that Satan wants more to see you hurt and fallen on the ground in an empty home with no one to love or care or to help rush you to get emergency assistance. Because he's afraid of what you might do if you are allowed to thrive and make good for your life. So I say this. Your fears are warranted and normal. Don't be ashamed of being afraid of narcissistic abuse happening to you again. Your fears are normal. But do not let your fears rule you. And know you just might need to have stronger boundaries than most because you have a bit more to lose than someone that has a loving family. No. You don't have to put your cards up front right away. And it's okay to hold some of those cards back if you do feel comfortable later on to share. Do not think you are a dishonest person for doing this. However, think of Samson. In how he gave us the secret of his hair to someone he thought liked him. Though she showed every sign of not caring about him. But he gave up his information anyways. And it led to his downfall. I think this story is important because not everyone needs to know your business. And your fears are warranted and should be taken seriously. However, we should be able to thrive and move about and have some happiness. I want happiness. And I know many of you want happiness as well. I'm praying for you all. Some of you ask for prayers and just know. I am praying for you. Well, I think this is a good place to stop. I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time. Bye for now. And be good to yourself.